Hello Strikers, this is Proxy from Monster Strike Database, and today I'm going to talk about 3 monsters. They came out a while back in NA, but recently they got their Ascended form, so I'll be talking about their Ascended form. So what am I going to talk about in this video? How their ratings changed, what changed about them, and their pros and cons. So let's get to it. So the first monster is Sanada Yukimura. Her regular evolution was a 6.0 in Japan, while her Ascended form jumped up to a 9.0. So that's a big change. So there must be a lot of change, and there is. And the first one will be her stats. Her HP and speed increased slightly, and her ability and strike shot didn't change. But the biggest change was her bump combo. So what changed about her? So in her regular evolution, she had a spread shot XL3, which is pretty strong, but her ascended form keeps that. But she also gets another bump combo, which is the close range spread shot. So this is what is the biggest change about her. And what a close range spread shot is, it's pretty much, it shoots us a similar spread shot, but it was only around her. I guess the best example I can say is, I don't know if you guys remember, but in Izanami there was a red Bahamut, and one of his skill was a spread shot, but it was only around him. It's exactly like that, but for Sanada Yukimura, it's a light element. So what does this do is, if you get close to a monster and activate her bump combo, it does that move, a close range spread shot, and it does a ton of damage. And what's good about that is, this close range spread shot also gets you a lot of combo number, and I don't know if you guys know about it, but the higher combo number you have, that higher chance the heart spawns from that place you hit. So it's really useful for making hearts, I guess. So those are like the changes that happened to Ascended Yukimura. And what's the pros about her? Well, she's extremely versatile now, because she's a samurai type and there's not much samurai slayers for bosses, so she's extremely versatile. You could bring her to many dungeons, and because her bump combo close range spread shot is now a light attribute, you could bring her to a dark element monster and she will be a big help, and that will be able to do a ton of damage to the dark element monsters. Her stats are pretty decent: 24k HP, 23k attack, and 410ish speed. Her strike shot also gets you a lot of combo numbers, so that also creates hearts a lot easier. And bomb combo is a lot better now, so she's extremely versatile. That gets her 9.0 in Japan. So what's her con? One of her pros was her bomb combo, going close to that monster and doing the bomb combo, the close range spread shot, but that also puts you in a risk of getting hit by the boss's attacks. Okay, that's it for Sanada Yukimura, so let's go to the next monster. So the next monster is Hunter King. So how did his ratings change? Well, his regular evolution was 6.0, but his ascended form jumps him up to a 9.0 in JP ratings. So what changed? Well, stat-wise, his HP decreased by 3,000, his attack increased by 1,500, but his speed decreased by 100. Well, why did his ratings increase then? Because decreased HP and speed seems bad. Well, the biggest change was his bump combo. In his ascended form, he gets a one-way laser XL, which is extremely powerful bump combo. Not only that, when he's max leveled and if you add in max Mormites, his power, one-way laser XL power increases up to 34,000, which is the strongest in game. And if you position him at the right place, he will do a ton of damage. And let's talk about his strike shot. Well, his strike shot is pretty much, the more you rebound off the wall, his attack increases, same as his regular evolution, but if you're able to position him right next to a boss and a wall, you'll be able to deal a ton of damage. And let's talk about his pro. So pretty much his pro is, I guess by decreasing his speed, you could position him a lot better, because for his bump combo, one-way laser EL. And another one is, like I said, his one-way laser XL, which goes up to 34,000 attack, which is the strongest in-game. Makes him very helpful in a water dungeon. And it hasn't came out in NA yet, but in the future there will be a dungeon called Yamato Takeru, which is a water version of Izanami, which is extremely hard, and Hunter King becomes extremely useful in that dungeon. So if you do have him, ascend him, and he'll be extremely helpful. So let's talk about his con. Well, his HP with the pluses, it goes up to only 19k, which is not extremely, but on the low side of the monsters. And you do have to bring another monster with high HP to make up for that. I guess ascending him is a lot of work. You have to get I don't know how many of each material, but you do have to get Jiraiya and Visceron. And Visceron is like one of the harder dungeons. It's a 4-star dungeon, so For beginners, I guess you'll have a hard time with China's and Hunter King. I guess those are the two only cons about him. Low HP and his ascended material is really hard to get for beginners. So let's move on to the next monster. So the third and last monster, Eclipse. So in Japan, his regular evolution was a 6.5, while his ascended form is 8.5. So that's a big jump. So what changed about his stats? His HP decreases by about 1,500. His attack here shows as 28,000 when he's maxed out, but his regular evolution is a 32k. But Eclipse gets a gauge shot, so that all increases his attack up to 34,000. So if you do get a fantastic on the gauge shot, then his attack becomes 2,000 more than his regular evolution. And speed wise, it increases by about 10 to 15. Let's look at his abilities. In his regular evolution, he only has a null damage wall, but because he gets a gauge shot, that becomes a null warp, which I guess makes him kind of versatile in some dungeons. And his strike shot doesn't change, it's a meteor, so whatever monster he touches at the end of the animation, a big meteor attacks, it does about 700-800k damage. And what changed about his bomb combo? His EX Laser L hasn't changed, but in his ascended form, he gets a Piercing Homing 4, which is useful for clearing out small monsters time to time. So let's talk about his pro. So what's the pro about him? Well, the first one is his ability. He gains the gauge shot, which is a new warp, which makes him a bit more versatile in some dungeons. His strike shot is not extremely, but it's powerful enough to deal about 800k damage, and if you use it right, you'll be able to clear out the whole entire small monster with his strike shot. And he also gains a bomb combo Piercing Homing 4, which is helpful for clearing out small monsters. So let's talk about his con. His con would be his speed. Because his speed is only 240, even if you add all these more quicks, it doesn't really synergize with his high attack. So you'll only be able to bounce off walls a little bit, and also because he doesn't have any null gravity barrier, if there's a dungeon with a lot of null gravity barriers, he won't be able to move and he won't be able to deal as much damage. So that's the biggest con. Also, he requires a Hydra and a Death Coil to ascend him, which isn't easy for beginners to achieve. So that'll be the biggest con for Eclipse. And I guess that's the three monsters I introduced for this video. Ascended Sanada Yukimura, Ascended Hunter King, and Ascended Eclipse. All three of these monsters are great, they're extremely useful, they'll become useful in many dungeons in the future, and you won't regret ascending them. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Please, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter. Thanks for always supporting Monster Database. We'll have these information up on our website when Jelly returns from his vacation. Thanks for watching and peace out, guys. And I hope you guys roll these monsters in your hazard. Thanks.